So weight loss over the course of a whole week simplified. Now, this represents the days of the week. You've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. These are the days of the week, and at the moment it's at 0 because you've not eaten anything. Now, Monday rolls along. This is Monday. We start consuming calories. Now, this represents calories. In it goes, and you eat pretty much a balanced amount. So you've not lost weight, but you've not gained any weight. Tuesday comes along and you go to the gym, you burn some calories. You also don't consume as much. And you notice that we've actually got a bit of a calorie deficit there. You've not consumed any, it's not overflowing into your fat, which means that you actually lose a bit of weight, which is a good thing. Wednesday, you do the same thing. You consume slightly less again, you lose a bit of weight. Thursday, this is Thursday, and you have a very low calorie day. You're doing well, you're losing weight. Now, we are in a calorie deficit so far. Thursday comes along, when Friday comes along, and this is Friday. You get to the point where you also have a calorie deficit. We're definitely losing weight. However, this is how Saturday and Sunday can totally undo all your good work. Because if on Saturday you consume enough calories that you don't only not have a calorie deficit, but you've overflowed, you've consumed an extra 700-800 calories, you have to start filling up these other glasses, and you lose the benefit of this hard work that you've been trying to achieve throughout the rest of the week. Now, let's say that Sunday comes along, and again, you consume more than you burn. We're running out of water. So you keep on eating more and more, and because it's the weekend, you can have a treat, you've done well over the week. Well, unfortunately, more excess calories overflow from Sunday into the rest of the days, and it starts looking a little bit like this. Now, you've filled up all your days. You've lost all the calorie deficit benefits that you achieved at the beginning of the week, which means that you have lost 0 weight throughout the week, and we still have more left because you really went for it on Sunday. Now, I'm not going to do this, but ultimately you could pour that into a filled up glass and it's going to overflow. This overflow represents it going into your fat. Your body stores it as fat. So that is how you can undo a whole week of really good eating by over-consuming on 1, 2, 3 days. And even though you've got calorie deficits on other days, you've over-consumed, it's overflowed. Here's another way to explain it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Deficit, even, no weight lost, but you've lost weight there, so you're onto something. A little bit over, but it's only a tiny bit over. You're still in a deficit because Monday and Tuesday were lower. Friday is in a big deficit, which is great for fat loss, so you're actually going to start losing weight this week. You're feeling leaner, your scales are going down. You can't just go 1, 2, 3, 4 good days against 3, we're okay, because unfortunately, Saturday and Sunday are crazy bad days because you think it's the weekend, you think you can do what you want, and ultimately, this will overflow onto here and mean that every single day was a plus, which means over the course of a week, you've gained weight. This exact same thing is true over the course of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even a month or 6 months. So if you, over the course of 6 months, are in a calorie surplus, it doesn't matter if 90% of those days were calorie deficit days. Ultimately, you're in a calorie surplus. Over the course of 6 months, you're going to gain weight. So that is why consistency is important. And consistency really only means not necessarily thinking about trying to be in a calorie deficit, but actually doing something that's maintainable long term. Is your diet maintainable long term? Do not start something where you start eating salads for lunch and steak and eggs and chicken and think to yourself, oh, I'm doing really well, because ultimately that's not maintainable long term. Figure something out that for you is always going to be maintainable, whether it's just bringing down your carbs and that creates the calorie deficit, whether it's fasting, only eating from 1 p.m. to the rest of the day, because that can create a calorie deficit. It doesn't matter what you choose to do, just make sure that what you choose to do is maintainable long term, because if you go 1 full week in a calorie deficit, 2 full weeks in a calorie deficit, but then you fall off the wagon because what you were trying to achieve was not maintainable, it doesn't matter about these 2 weeks of torture that you went through. You're going to start gaining weight again because you're going to fall off the wagon, you're going to have a calorie surplus, and you're going to start gaining weight.